Greetings, fellow traders. Let me get this tweeted out so everybody can join in here. 1 second. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, good, good, good. Well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. Today we're going to be continuing our conversation on day trading clean charts, and today we're going to be talking about supports and resistance. So this is a very, very helpful tool to use, right, on clean charts, and sometimes when we go to a clean chart we can see things a little bit clearer. So we'll see how that goes here. Before we get started, everything we're going to talk about, of course, is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see where we left off in the market here today, and then we're going to take a look at the futures and see how they're behaving or misbehaving here this evening and what we might have setting up going into the rest of the evening and into tomorrow. And then we'll take a look at the topic, and then we'll go through questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, so SPX here, again, a few days left in the week. We got 3 trading days left in the month. We're an inside month so far, still a Harami candle. Let's see how they try to finish this one. Weekly chart, again, red week so far, right? So pushing down here below this corrective channel, which you can see here on the daily chart, still looking a little bit, right? So we've we pushed below this level right here, definitely. We're an inside day today, so this is a NR7 inside day, narrowest range in 7 days, and also an inside day. A lot of times these type of candles can lead to compression to expansion type moves. So let's see which way this one wants to go. Again, we've already tested the bottom of the corrective channel. Maybe it'll come back down here to the bottom of the cloud, try to test that again, or if the futures end up perking up overnight, right, we might get a breakout over this 50-day moving average and try to get out of this bull flag type pattern. So we'll see how that goes here into the rest of the night and into tomorrow. Let's see what they have in store. So let's take a look at the intraday price action here today. So again, guys, it was a super duper choppy day. A lot of times when you get a big move like yesterday, you get some chop the next day, right? Unless there's some major news, which there wasn't yesterday, like the Corona crash, right? We typically don't get like 2 huge days of follow through or 3 days of huge follow through. Not unless there's like some major events going on. So right now we're just kind of pausing here. So the real question is, it's going to be like a drop based rally, or is it going to be a drop based drop? So we'll see what the price says tomorrow. But again, mostly just kind of choppy between these ranges here. It did give us some nice moves, right? So we kind of figured that we're going to have a choppy day today. So when you know that things are chopping, right? When you start to see things like this, another cool tool that we use on the intraday time frame. You can't see it here in the SPX, there's no volume. But if you use your VWAP, right? If you use your VWAP on your futures or a key indicator that you like to use, when that VWAP is flat all day, that also is a good indicator that there's some chop. So just a little note and a little tidbit right there. So when we see that type of action, right, a lot of times we see these responsive trades off a key level. So you can see how the 15 orb high, short, right? Gave some nice moves right here. Long, right? So it gave a lot of nice moves right here. Third time is usually the charm. We don't like to push it, right, on a 4th time, because oftentimes if we don't break out on a 4th time, then this thing could have moved. So we pointed that out in the group today. We said this thing actually took 1, 2, 3, 4 tries at the 15 orb high here, and because it couldn't take that out, that kind of gave us a little bit of bearish sentiment going into the close. So kind of interesting stuff there. Again, here's the levels that we provide to our members before each market open. We get those pulled up right here. So today, so again, not only did the 15 orb end up playing out really well, but look at this. We bounced between these volumetric levels all day today. So that was really kind of cool stuff. All right, let's take a look at the futures and see how they're looking here this evening. So, down 18 points here today, but they're trying to rally a little bit off of it. So they got a little bit sneaky, right? So they ended up pushing down like right after hours, right after the close, right? We got kind of this green candle here on this 4 o'clock candle, and then right after that, they're like, oh no, we'll just keep pushing this thing down a little bit after hours. Sorry guys, right? So ended up getting through a signal zone here after hours. We got this other signal zone here at this 33.55 level. We appear to be bouncing off of this area, so let's see how that goes tonight. Again, this could be a bear flag going into the rest of the night. So it does look like I didn't really get a wave 2, but this could be 1, 2, 3. Maybe this is 4. Maybe we'll see a wave 5 down. Maybe we'll bounce off of this 33.50 area. Again, 3,400 key algo level right there, hold number level. That's been a big level here to contend with, and they just couldn't get above it today. So let's kind of keep an eye on these geometric lines going into tomorrow. And this little guy right here, let's see if that can end up. You never know. It might try to work its way back up overnight. So we'll see how that goes. So good stuff there. Let's take a look at the topic. What we're going to be talking about today. So today we're going to be continuing our conversation on day trading clean charts, and today we're going to be talking about support and resistance. So really good stuff right here. So when we talk about clean charts, right, what we want to do is just kind of take all the indicators off, take all the levels out, and just start with a clean chart. And then a lot of times when we look at that chart, we can see things that that stand out to us that maybe we didn't see before, right? So just here on the SPX, right, here's a great example on the intraday, right? So if we go, let me see how clean this chart is from yesterday. So pretty clean right here, right? On the day trading side, right, we could see right here already that we had resistance, right? So one of the things that very, very simple we can do is, even if you don't have the automated 15 orb script, you can kind of put a line off of these and be like, wait a minute, we dropped off this a couple times here today. Oh, we bounced off of these levels a couple times here today, right? And we were clearly range bound intraday, right? So these levels of support right here, support, and resistance obviously played out really nicely into the day, right? So these are levels that we look for and we like to trade against. Now some of them are automated, right? And you can see here, this is a let's go back to the daily chart. Right, and having a clean daily chart is really, really helpful, right? So one of the things that we like to look at, right, is the same thing, right? So yesterday we talked about trend lines. I'm going to remove the trend lines right now. Of course, those are extremely helpful. But one of the things that we could look at, right, is just kind of stretch things across that maybe we don't normally look at, right? So one of the big things that we talked about on the weekly chart, right, were all these resistance levels. Like clearly, this is resistance, right? So upper shadow, and we dropped, right, all those times. So what you can do is just take a line, right, support, resistance, and stretch that across, right? So this was a very, very important level, and it also, right, led to some chart pattern type moves, right? Sort of like a inverse head and shoulders right here, which ended up working its way back up. So once we broke through and in fact we gapped above that resistance off of an inside day, right, that became support, right? We got a couple nice bounces off of that level, and it wasn't until yesterday where we closed below this level where things started to get a little bit interesting, right? So we pushed below here, and now today we're below it, and now we're seeing the futures move down a little bit, right? So this is very, very helpful to do, to just kind of, especially in the evening, you have an opportunity to take a look at charts. Try to go with a clean chart, right, and see, kind of see what stands out, right? So another one we just kind of take a quick look at right here. Last week we focused a lot on the 30-minute charts, right? And I think the 30-minute charts are really valuable for looking at levels. I'm going to take off the after hours, the extended hours levels, right? And I'm going to go with kind of a clean chart here on AMD. And what we can do is, I'm going to make a fresh one right here. So let's call this 16. Okay. So what we can do is just look at the clean chart and kind of observe the levels and see what's going on, right? So here we can see clearly this 8250 level was, support, right? So all we got to do is take a line, right, and stretch it across like this, right? And wow, all right, so this ends up being an incredibly revealing line, right? Because it was support. Uh-oh, we broke down. Resistance until we got a really big drop, right? We ended up gapping above that level, actually, amazingly, right above that level, right? And we could see we got a nice push off of that, and it wasn't until we closed below it and retested it, right, did we start to see a bigger push down here today. So again, it's using these support and resistance lines are very, very helpful. Don't be afraid to kind of stretch them out and just kind of see it and use it as a guideline, because a lot of times you can, just by doing these lines, you can start to see chart patterns materialize, right? And so that can be very, very helpful as well. So good stuff. So I hope you guys found that helpful. At this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to play those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So let me check real quick here. I don't think I saw an email from Shirley tonight. Let's see. Oh, no, we did. We got one right here. So give me 1 second. Let me get her levels there. Again, everybody, thank you for keeping Shirley in your thoughts and prayers. She continues to get better all the time. So let's see. Let's take a look at a couple of these. There we go. Yeah, those are pretty good ones right there. I'll put one more in. That was a nice one. Okay, so good stuff. 1 second. Okay, awesome. So we got those here. Let me just get those. Posted here too, so we can check those out in a little bit. So good stuff. All right. So Ryan, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. Let's go with the daily chart here for. Oh, let me go back and actually 1 second before we do that. Let me go back here and switch this back to the 5-day, 5-minute, and we'll go ahead and put the extended hours back on there. Okay, cool. So so let's take a look at you. Okay, so Unity Software. This thing's been a kind of an interesting IPO name, right? We've been talking about it a couple times here in the evening, right? We talked about this geometric channel here, right? If we can get above it, we might see a momentum move, and we sure did. 4 points off of that. Not saying it was easy, right? But you got a nice breakout right there. If you can get in, you got a stop entry on that. You can catch a nice 4 points off of that, and then it ended up pulling back a little bit. So again, we're going to see how it contends these levels. Interesting how it closed right below it, right? So let's see if we can kind of try to work its way back above it again. Mr. Softy, Microsoft. So let's take a look here. Wow, so it's down after hours. One of those ones where it's just like, really, right? You beat on earnings, you beat on revenue, you've got good guidance, your cloud computing is better than ever, and you're down after hours. So we're gapping down basically to yesterday's lows. Kind of keep an eye on it. We'll see if the market is strong tomorrow. We'll see if we can reverse off of those prior lows right here and come back into the cloud. So kind of interesting there. Zoom, up 21 points today, right? So big inside day on this one. Let's see if the move is done. It is starting to curl over nicely. I like how it got over the 80 MA on this one, right? So from the last move up here off of your wave 4, right? So you got kind of that going on right here, and you got this these extensions here, right? So we're kind of holding that 618, right? And it's trying to work its way back up a little bit. Again, with the increased corona cases, a lot of lockdowns kind of coming in around the world. Those social distancing names have been pretty strong. So good one to keep on the radar. Thanks, Ryan. Really appreciate it. So Angel, start already, Brewski. I love it. So Tesla, let's take a look at Tesla. So Tesla hanging in there, a little bit of a doji day right there, below the 80 MA, but still kind of hanging on to the 50 and the upper. It's actually a bump line, but holding on to the upper trend line right here. Let's see if we can get over this geometric line and get going again and squeeze out those shorts. We love it. PLTR. 10 contracts, easy. I love it. So yeah, Planeteer Tech, nice move on that one, right? Decent breakout here through a couple geometric levels, but really strong move today. Again, big volume came in intraday and give a nice push on that one. I love the inside 15 on or the inside 60 there. I also love the double inside 15 here at the 15 orb high for a move to hold the 80 MA to the upside again. Nice relative strength here at the open. Nasty lower shadow right there, but a good breakout on that one. So good find on that one. Yeah, absolutely. Strong candle today. Let's see if it can continue to work its way back up. Love it. Good stuff. ZEK, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I hope you are well. Let's take a look at Snap. Okay, so Snap with the Snap attack. Looks like it might be in the starts of working on a bull flag right here. So kind of a little bit of a doji move. Let's see what it can hold. Again, you got an invisible flagpole right here, so it's got plenty of room to go to consolidate right before it makes a move. So let's see how that goes. See if we can kind of break out of these levels right here and try to go again. So it's definitely a possibility for it. Momo. Tough one to trade, not one of my favorite ones to trade here, but Momo, decent push here. Yesterday good volume, decent push here to the 50 moving average. Watch your cloud and your 50 days potential resistance on that one. Baba again, yeah, the K-Web was pretty strong today, guys. So Baba with a big breakout move. We talked about this on the weekend, riding the wave with John and Paul this weekend, right? We talked about this thing. It looked like it might be gearing up for another push up, right? This looked like a wave 1, wave 2. Wave 3 with the gap. Wave 4 triangle, and boom, starting on wave 5 up here. Let's see if Baba can get some continuation to the upside. I like that one enough to put on the bullish radar for tomorrow. Great find on that one. So see if we can get some follow through on that. Look for viable retraces on it if the Chinese names are strong tomorrow. And then IQ. This name, tricky name right here, but a good break on this one. Again, a lot of the China names did pretty well today. So again, nice breakout here off of the inside day levels, right? So decent volume right there. Let's see if we can push over the highs. I'm not a big fan of the upper shadow on that one, but a nice candle on that one today. Great find. Mr. Mosby, what's going on FSLY? Let's take a look. Let's see what kind of shenanigans they have in store on this one. We got earnings coming up tomorrow after the close, right? They issued poor earnings guidance and they gapped down huge, right? Brought down most of the, kind of the cloud sector, docu, all that stuff. D-Dog, right? All those ones are kind of getting the consolidation level. So let's see if they lower guidance and then they're going to up guidance at earnings for a little bit of shenanigans. So let's see how that goes into tomorrow. SE. Again, big candle on this one, guys. We talked about this last night, kind of bull flagging right here, wanting to possibly get back into the channel. So it did that today. So nice move on that one. Mr. Softy, again, down a little bit after hours here. So let's see if it can hold those lows and maybe go for a reversal. It had good earnings and good revenue. So we got that going on. Boeing reporting tomorrow morning, bouncing off the top of the triangle right here, kind of pushing its way to the bottom of the triangle, off of the cloud. So nice fall through the downside, but don't be surprised if Boeing surprises. So we'll see how that goes right there. CRM up 8 points today. A bit of a morning star reversal. Again, not a huge candle right here, but a decent move. Let's see if we can finally get over the 8 EMA. And then Okta. Yeah, hanging in there. Inside day, still below the 80 man though, so just be careful. This one does look a little bit like a bear flag, right? So just a little bit of caution on that one if the sector is weak here. We'll see where we go from there. And again, remember, lines of support and resistance right there. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Support, support, rut row, possible resistance again. So a little bit of caution there on Okta. Good stuff. James, what's up, Yoda? Help you, I will. So good stuff there. Mike, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, let's take a look at BYD. Yeah, so Casinos got slammed today, right? So Boyd Gaming, kind of similar, type stuff, right? So we've got mostly gaming company, right? So all across the board, casinos and all that stuff. So pretty interesting. Interesting move there today. Casinos just got hammered today again. All the stay-at-home names were strong, right? All the Corona names were weak, right? So usual suspects down today: airlines, cruise lines, casinos, right? And the only real issue is that the banks were down today. That was a little bit sketchy on that one. So let's take a look at Google. Google with an inside day earnings coming up this week. So it's holding the ADMA. So interesting pullback right there. Let's see if it can try to build on that one. And Nvidia with a pretty compressed inside day. So I'm really interested to see how this holds right here. We are below the ADMA, so a little bit risky right there, but if the market does decide to get strong overnight, maybe Nvidia could break out of those levels and get over the ADMA on that one. So we'll see how that goes there. Creighton, yeah, chopping around, exactly. Yep, possibly to the election, we'll see. Or they could try to give the plunge protection team, try to give it a little bit of a move up there. Let's take a look at Illumina. Interesting, right? So kind of maybe a bullish flag right there. Let's see if we can get out of those levels on that one. So it's got to get over all those moving averages in the cloud really to get interesting, but hopefully some volume on that one. MTCH, let's take a look. Yeah, MTCH, nice breakout candle on this one today, guys. So kind of like a inverse head and shoulder-ish type breakout right here. So pretty decent move on that one here today. So again, strong move. See if we get some follow through. Maybe an inside day on that one too. Could be interesting. Baba again, great candle today too. That's gonna be on the bullish radar tomorrow. Docu. Hanging in there with an inside day. I like how it got over the ADMA today, so that's a nice job on that one. EXAS. Woo! Big one today off of earnings. Gap and go, guys. So what do we like in the gap and go? We like it to push over recent highs, right? Pivots right here, right? And we also like to make sure that it gets over the pre-market levels, which it definitely did this morning. That was a huge move on EXAS. And then a nice triangle right here, right, for more upside on that one for the gap and go trade today. Great find on that one. Melly, let's take a look. This is a tough one to trade. It's a tough one to trade, but looking a little bit. It's kind of a steep bull flag right here, but a little bit tight for a bull flag. But inside day, we'll see how that goes. Again, tricky one to trade. Careful with that one. TDOC. Let's take a look. This one, started to move there with the stay-at-home names. Right, this one's got earnings coming up tomorrow after the close, so definitely want to keep an eye on there. Maybe we'll get a little last-minute earnings run. ABGO. Again, another tricky one to trade right there. So nasty pullback there. Inside day at the 50-day moving average. Kind of see how it holds those levels on that one. CDLX. Let's take a look. CDLX, hanging in there, looking kind of cup and handle-ish right here, right? So, we'll see if we can get out of those levels, right? Generally trending up, though, so that's a good thing, right? So, so let's see if that can work its way up. Yep. That could be an interesting one too. Not one that I typically trade, but looks pretty good there. So it's kind of like a biotech-ish, med pharma type name, all that stuff. So Shop really kind of looking like this inverse head and shoulders as well, right? Kind of your big geometric level is right here, but a nice move up here this morning as they decided to enter the TikTok game. So we got that going on there. And then SE, our favorite, exactly. Big push there out of the bull flag today. Let's see if we can get some follow through the upside on that one. So very, very nice stuff. And thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in, Creighton. I really appreciate it. James, right to the bottom from the big drop yesterday. Exactly. Hopefully a good spot to bounce. Let's see if they can fake the bears out tonight. That'd be great. So Diablo AHFC retracted. Shirley sent a few in here. So again, we already thanks everybody for keeping her in your thoughts and prayers. So Bob, again, beautiful breakout candle on that one today. Definitely want to keep on the radar. HOLX, I picked this one here because it does look. This is an interesting one to trade right here. Yeah, we got our Fib RX back here, Fib fans, right? So nice breakout out of these geometric lines right here. I like the sideways cup and handle on this one. Very, very nice move. Let's see if we get some follow through for a possible earnings run on that one. Crocs, I believe this one had earnings. Earnings today, this morning, right? So got a little bit of a breakout right there. So I guess people are still buying stuff just to maybe this is like kind of the stay-at-home comfy shoes at home, right? So you can walk around the house, something like that. So they did pretty good right there since the Corona crash. Sedge, Solar Edge, interesting right here. So this one might be working its way up in sympathy, a little bit in sympathy with a couple of the solar names tonight, right? So we had FSLY tonight and ENPH tonight, right? So kind of keep an eye on that. Look for maybe a sympathy trade on that one. Boeing, of course, earnings tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. See if we get a bounce off of the cloud on that one. And GPN, Groupon. Yeah, looking pretty nasty right here. It looks like it's closing just below those levels right there. Some increased volume, but you got earnings coming up here pretty soon too. So a little bit tricky on that one. Maybe it's gonna. Well, who knows? Let's see if we can get out of this range off of earnings, right? So, but definitely a nice triangle breakdown here the last couple days. So nice find on that one. I'm sorry, I call it Groupon Global Payments. My bad. Cool. Good stuff. I was thinking GRPN for a second. All right, cool. Good stuff. Umesh, what's going on? Good to see you. FUTU. Hope you were doing well. FUTU inside day getting really tight here. Possible little bull flag kind of consolidation going here. Might get tight and lead to expansion. Not one I typically trade, but looking pretty interesting right there. Farfetch. Inside day 2 off the ADMA, so let's see if we can get a breakout over that one. Neo. Loving some Neo, guys. I love this. This is the bull flag we talked about. Great move today. They had relative strength at the open, right? Nice pullback to the ADMA and another launch at the end of the day. Let's see if this thing can get some further upside on this one. I'm really thinking, here, breakout candle wave 3, wave 4 potential, right? And then a move up here. Here's your pullback. We talked about this one this weekend too, on the riding the wave with John and Paul, right off the 382 on that one. Very, very nice nice move on Neo. So definitely on the bullish radar going into tomorrow too. And Tesla. So Tesla with a doji day today. So right at the bump upper trend line on that one. We looked at again. Nice little push over those levels today for a quick move, but tricky here, right? So Snow. Okay, so I held the 618 like we talked about yesterday, right off the golden zone right here. So nice little push on that one here today. Let's see if we can get some follow through on that one. Froggy, J-Frog. Still kind of hanging around here, right? Again, this is kind of your key level that we want to see if we can get and close above, maybe with some volume. Again, these things are really wild names right now. Twilio. So down, right? Didn't they have good earnings? So anyway, down after good earnings right here, but still defending the previous open gap right here. So let's see how it holds. It's kind of sitting on a fib fan line. Let's see if that can give a little bit of move. And of course, AMD. So AMD is actually up after hours right here, which is pretty cool. I believe we got an upgrade after hours. So it's kind of drifting up a little bit here. Let's see if that can still have some strength. And again, guys, they were supposed to have earnings tomorrow. They did the real sneaky move, right? They announced that they were going to buy Xilinx, and then they're like, oh, we're doing earnings too. And then it ended up, kind of balancing itself out. So kind of interesting stuff there on AMD today. I don't know how they get away with these shenanigans, but they do it sometimes. So anyway, AMD, good stuff. Hey, thanks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so my pleasure. And yeah, God bless you. So always in our thoughts and prayers. Love it. So Crane, what's going on? Microsoft down because like 50% growth now. So one last thing. What is it that stocks and round numbers 3 or 4 is to be in line with SAN with retesting levels? It's just kind of interesting, right? So I mean, they're kind of key psychological levels, but very, very interesting. A friend of mine went to a trading seminar one time. And somebody who actually works for an algo company said they literally program algos just to short or go long off of those key levels. So sometimes you'll see them just trigger off at those levels. So I mean, this is somebody who worked for a company that makes algos for big firms. So pretty interesting stuff there. So anyway, something to keep in mind. But yeah, they are interesting levels. So good stuff there. Omar, FSLY. Yep. So FSLY was pretty interesting here today. We got earnings coming up on it. It did give a nice move at the open, right, to support kind of like the Zoom move, but then it's kind of pulled back off of it there. Again, it's got earnings coming up tomorrow on that one, so definitely want to keep on the radar there. Prayer Kid, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. Ask Sumit, what's going on? Walmart. Yeah, so Walmart up 71 cents today. That's an angel favor right there, right? So upper shadow off the ADMA on that one. So still kind of flagging right here. Let's see. Again, still kind of tight right here, but it did compress here and get below the ADMA. So watch out for that upper shadow. A little bit scary on that one, but it did give a nice move today. ABT. Abbott Laboratories, yeah, chopping right here again. So just kind of contained within these geometric levels here. So just kind of see how it holds right there if we can get above those levels. ABT and then PLT. Yep, Plantronics, another one here. Looking pretty interesting, right? We got earnings coming up in 2 days, right? So just kind of see how it holds. It's kind of looking a little bit flaggish right here, so maybe we can get above those geometric levels and give them a move. Good stuff, good stuff. And then GE, yeah, earnings tomorrow on GE. So let's see how that goes. Maybe GE will have like blowout earnings or something like that. We'll see how that goes for GE. It gave a couple nice moves recently. Double inside day up was incredible. We talked about that one here. So good stuff. Rosalind, what's going on? UPS, yep, earnings tomorrow on this one. Right below the ADMA again, this and FedEx at UPS had a real epic run up right here. Let's see if they go to the 178 level. Let's see if it gives us a gap and go tomorrow. So that would be nice. OSTK, again, crazy name, right? All over the place right here. Bear flag, right? We talked about this big bear flag. Kind of worked its way back down. Chopping again, maybe another mini bear flag right here as it goes into earnings. So we'll see how that goes there. Again, really choppy range right here. Good place to sell premium with the IV so high. Somebody in our group talked about that today. That was a good one. Etsy. Decent move on Etsy here today. So again, we talked about this yesterday. Could be working on a wave 5 up, so getting that nice follow through. We talked about this weekend with Paul on the trading with John and Paul riding the wave show. So that was a fun one there. Beyond, again, we talked about this one too. Is bouncing off the 618, but it ended up taking the inside day down. So it's basically in the golden zone right here between the 618 and the 718. So let's see how that holds right here. Again, probably could use some good news, but we'll see how that goes there. Piton. Let's say the inside day on Piton again. This is a tough name to keep down. So let's see how that goes going into tomorrow. Here, right at the 382 inside day. Let's see if we can get over today's high and then give a push over the ADMA on that one. That could be nice. So James, speaking of SE, perfect example of a stock that feeling long-term support and push back into it for a good risk-reward trade. Exactly. Also, it's negative on the RSI going back to May. Wowza, nice one. Good find on that one. And then TMO, one of your favorites right there, right? Didn't that have just like a double inside day or a triple inside? Yeah, double inside day up, guys. We talked about this last night. Beautiful move right there. Gap up and a nice push above those levels. You got to love it. Ryan, Hog. Boom, boom. So Hog had better than expected earnings. I guess everybody on the pandemic's like, I'm just going to get a motorcycle. So we got a big gap up there and a good push on that one here today. Again, had to contend with a couple crazy little pivot levels up there, but it did give a nice move. This is a tough name to trade with the options, right? So if you're swinging it, good job on that one, but tough one on the intraday. But yeah, let's see if we get some follow through again. Like I said, it ran into a bunch of these levels up here. So watch this potential. You got a big upper shadow on that one too. So something to look at there. Win, what's going on? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Intel. Oh, Intel. Whew. This thing. Right, so didn't they beat on earnings? I can't remember. Yeah, they beat on earnings. They're like rough guidance and all that stuff and slow. So anyway, see how it holds these prior levels down here from the Corona crash, and maybe it'll eventually be a dip buy candidate. But been really tricky recently, so keep an eye out for it. Boeing again, earnings tomorrow. That should be interesting. So we'll see how that goes going into tomorrow. Again, a rough day today. Nice follow through from yesterday's bearish candle. And JMIA. Whew, look at this thing. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's just put a geometric line in there, and then maybe it's doing a sideways cup and handle, and then does that type of thing. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on there. Other than that, oops. Just chopping around right here. So again, prone to good news, right? If we can get it, right? So let's just kind of see if it handles out here and then gives a little bit of a breakout of the geometric lines. Something to keep on there. Awesome stuff. Thanks, Win. Really appreciate it. James, yeah. So Facebook, of course, Facebook and Apple, all reporting, right, with some of the other big names on Friday. Google, Amazon. Big inside day on this one. Still kind of in this channel. Also below a macro trend line. Right, just having trouble getting above its macro trend line right here. So again, it's been prone to some really big pushes intraday. Ended up finishing with an inside day today. So let's see how that goes here. Oh, inside week too. That's pretty cool. So good stuff on that one. And then Apple. Apple basically just holding on to the upper trend line as hard as it can, right? It needs to get over that 50-day moving average with some volume to get going. But again, we got earnings coming up this week, so premiums are starting to get a little bit high on it. Yeah, the volume on AMD just nuts today, right? So big volume day on that one for sure. I know they did buyout and earnings, so we had all that stuff going on there. Angel, yeah, so Walmart, of course, curling under there below the ADMA, but up 71 cents today, so a decent little move on that one. And then Chewy, I love it. So Chewy with a nice candle today, guys, off of the 382. Let's see if that can get some follow through tomorrow. I love it. That's gonna be on the bullish radar. Good stuff, James. Yeah, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. I always appreciate it. Corey, J&J, especially if they announce resuming their COVID trials again. Yeah, that'd be nice. So it's had a little bit of struggle here today. Inside day, again, below this 143 level gets a little bit nasty. You got the open gap below in it. So something to see there. But this could be some support. Otherwise, inverse head and shoulder-ish looking. So a little caution on that one. Joshua, what's going on? You just found us. Awesome. What kind of indicators are you using? And can you give a few seconds of reasoning? Again, so just basically on the daily chart, Ichimoku Cloud. So if you just found me, if you just found us, go to subscribe and go to the playlists, okay? And I talk about everything for we've got over 1,000 videos on there, but definitely look at the playlist for technical analysis in 3 minutes. We talk about trend lines. I talk about the cloud. I talk about all that good stuff, right? So, but for the most part, we got the Ichimoku Cloud right here. This is basically moving average projected forward. It just reminds you of places of potential rally areas, right? I got the 50-day moving average, the common algo level. ADMA is good for trend, and the 200-day level is a good line in the sand on this one. So good stuff there. So James, will cloud computing companies be strong? You'll think after seeing how strong Microsoft earnings was, cloud. I know it's a tough one, guys. As go Microsoft, so goes the software sector. So a little bit of caution on that one. Srilath Manoj, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at LVGO. Yeah, LBJO just kind of still chopping around here, guys. It's tough. It had an epic run up. They didn't make it easy with all the upper shadows, right? And then it had this little kind of grindy run up right here. I mean, it's getting interesting. I mean, kind of from these recent lows right here to the highs, we're kind of sitting. It kind of bounced a little bit off 50% retrace. Just really, really tough right here. I want to see a nice candle with some volume on it. So we've got that going on. So good stuff. All right. Yeah, great. Josh, yeah, my pleasure. So really appreciate everybody for tuning in this evening. Great discussion here on day trading clean charts. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube. And whether you're new here or not, please hit the like button. It goes a long way. And even if you're watching the recording, please hit the like button. That really, it means a lot. We like to see those, and it's really, really great. Rosalind, one more. Pins. Yeah, let's take a look at pins. So we got pins inside day earnings tomorrow after the close. So let's see if it gives like a little bit of a move tomorrow for some action on. Just be careful with the increased volatility. GDRX there, Umesh. Let's take a look. NGR. Somebody defines it. Nürnberger Berman Guardian Fund. There you go. We got that one charted. Okay, so yeah, good RX. Yeah, struggling here, right? So bearish candle right here and a breakdown here below the ADMA. So a little bit of caution on that one. See how it holds. I mean, it's kind of deep into the IPO range right there. So a little bit of caution on that one. Awesome. Thanks, James. Yeah, really appreciate it. Thanks for the shout out on that one. Corey, thanks so much, man. Appreciate it. Umesh, yeah, my pleasure. Jay, Zoom, yeah. Again, big thing right there on Zoom, right? Big inside day on this one. But the cool thing about Zoom, right, is that it is a stay-at-home name, right? And it's kind of holding that 382 right there and the ADMA. So let's see if we can give an inside day breakout on Zoom tomorrow. So good stuff, guys. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your evening. We'll catch you guys bright and early on the Good Morning Market Prep video. And until then, stay healthy out there and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.